Wow, you guys having a good night?
Yeah.
Sounds like it. So we got somebody over here, I think, heard 15 years. Where are we at?
Yeah.
15 years, right? You guys remember what it was like in the first date, very first date? Was it awkward or normal first date?
Yeah.
Kind of awkward and kind of
We did normal long distance.
Right. I can tell you guys. I think I missed that.
Webcam.
Webcam. I kind of wish the first day I'm about to tell you guys about, I kind of wish it was long distance or webcam. Anything really. First day with this girl a couple of years ago. She leans into me, towards me, halfway through the day. She says, "How would you feel if I told you that I had scurvy?" Scurvy. So my first thought was, scurvy, isn't that a pirate's disease? My first inclination was to go, yeah. But you can't do that. I found it because she started to cry. But yeah, so she said she had scurvy. I'm like, scurvy? Well, it's probably a question you guys have, right? How did she find out she had scurvy? So she said, well, I was painting my toenails one day and I noticed that one was black. So I touched it and it fell off. Yeah, I didn't get a stranger. So she touched it and it fell off. I was like, what? So my next question is, how do you get scurvy? I need to avoid this. So do you guys, so I'm trying to educate you on this. So she said, her doctor told her from eating a steady diet, wait for it, of gummy bears and popcorn. So what do you think I did? First thing I get home, I'm like, package of gummy bears, package of popcorn, look in the back, equals scurvy. No. But here's the sad part of it, this whole story. The ending of the story is kind of the sad part. I'm going to sound shallow, but at the end of the day, I broke up with this girl. And I'll tell you the reason. Because I realized that the last thing this girl touched turned black and fell off. I gotta be honest with you guys in the audience here, that's not a risk I'm prepared to take. Not for a Friday night. Not gonna happen. So yeah, dating experience, right? Like, so, you know, you can see what I mean, right? I'd rather a webcam than that. Speaking of webcam, I heard somebody talk about, the examinations that you go through at the campus. I always wondered, when I go to dates like that, I always say, there's a chance I might be gay. I started wondering, is there a chance I might be gay? Because these dates aren't going so well. And I'll tell you how I figured it out, how I finally figured it out. About 5 years ago, I went in for a routine colon examination. First thing I got to clarify is there's no such thing as a routine colon examination. If you're going in on a routine basis, you're not going in for the exam. Am I lying? So I go in for this colon examination, and I discovered something. My examination was a barium enema. So they stuck a 3-inch steel rod up my rectum. Exactly. That's what I was thinking. But I discovered something. The minute that 3-inch steel rod went up there, this kid here, not man enough to be gay. That's what I discovered. So props to any of the gay guys out there. That's how I discovered it. Colon examination. Isn't that a rough way to discover it? Could have went to prison. It comes to examinations. I went in for an exam. I guess I like examinations, don't I? I like going in for a routine basis. I went in for an exam, a testicle exam, a couple of years ago. Otherwise known as a nut job, maybe? I don't know. Just a groaner. That's what I kind of thought that would be, groaner. I was groaning too. So what they do is they take this little device. Does anybody here, by the way, audience, been in for a testicle exam? That happens every time. Nobody does that. No guys in the audience are going to admit that, right? What they do is they take this little device and they rub around your good. Anyway, so she said to me, she said, "You seem so calm and collected." I said, "Lady, I normally have to pay for this shit." But anyway, she's doing it, and I said, "Well, what are you awkward? Like, are there people in here that have been awkward through this process before?" And she said, "Absolutely." I said, "Tell me the worst story. I got to know." She said, "Well, I had a guy in here a couple of years ago who came in with his nut the size of a grapefruit." Yeah, that's what I was thinking. So my question will become, if you're willing to wait that long, what actually drives you in? So she said, it turns out that he couldn't get his pants on anymore. So the answer was it was a little bit of a wardrobe malfunction that drove through the door. So guys in the audience, go get your testicles examined. Don't make it the size of a grapefruit. My buddy has a theory, continuing on this anatomy theme. This is going so well. My buddy has a theory, and this is for the ladies. I haven't done anything for the ladies. So for the ladies, my buddy has a theory that you can judge the size of a girl's BJ, I say that out loud, by the size of the purse she carries around. So everybody on the first date here tonight. Because if you are, I'm going to tell you right now, the guy in the car, once he just heard that, if he thinks it might be true, guess what he's going to be looking at all the way home in the car? At this point, I should be bringing out a little wallet and saying, guys, how do you like me now? That's my girlfriend's first. But yeah, just as, I guess, a kind of, just as a kind of close for you guys, I had a buddy in recently from the U.S., and my girlfriend and I shouldn't tell people this, I shouldn't say these things out loud, but maybe it's therapy, I don't know, but we wear the bike guard, okay, when we sleep. We both wear the bike guard. How sexy is that? So anyway, we're sleeping, buddies from the States sleeping out the couch, we're in the room, we're in the bike guard, 2 in the morning, Corey wakes up, Corey wants some loving, so gets the bike guard in. How sexy is that? Goes over, taps her, turns out she's okay with some loving. You know, we're kind of ghetto. We don't take the bike guards out. That's how we roll. But we need some mood lighting. So I turn on the TV, and of course the hockey game's on. Mood lighting. Don't worry, I'm still asleep. So anyway, we put the hockey game on. We both get the bike guards in. I'm in the position. I'm coming in from behind. And anyway, so all of a sudden, with the racket going on, hockey game on, our buddy from the U.S. opens the door. You can see what he sees, right? He opens the door. He sees guy and girl bike guards on top of the bench, behind each other, got the hockey game on the screen, and all of a sudden the guy scores in the hockey game, and I score in real life. It's been like 2.5, 3 minutes. And anyway, so all of a sudden they're like, oh, yeah! Without missing a beat, he looks at us and he says, you know what, my buddy from the U.S. are right. You Canadians, you do take your hockey a little too seriously. Thank you guys, that's my time. You guys have a great rest of your night.